Hey guys, thank you for visiting my channel, Medical Assistant with Miss K. My name is Kendra. If this is your first time visiting, aka Miss K, I'm a medical assistant instructor. And today I just wanted to talk about why I think starting out in family practice is great for brand new medical assistants just entering the field. I say this because when you're in family practice, you literally do a little bit of everything, right? Family practice doctor I worked for in previous years, she delivered babies. She saw pediatrics, she saw geriatrics, she saw adults, the family, she saw the whole family. And that's, family practice, that means the whole family, right? And so you get to do a little bit of everything, and you can kind of decide what you like to do best, right? Because you're going to be doing EKGs when patients come in. Then you may realize, oh, I like doing EKGs. I think I want to work in cardiology. Again, you'll be seeing babies and kids, right? And you may decide, you know what? I love pediatrics. I think I want to go there. Your doctor may also do pap smears and well woman exams, pelvic exams, right? You may decide, you know what? I want to work in GYN, right? Or I want to work for OBGYN, for a gynecologist who also delivers babies. Again, that's the good thing about working in family practice, because you get to do a little bit of everything and then decide from there which practice you want to work in long term. So I've been pretty vocal about the fact that I don't want to work in pediatrics again. And that's just a personal thing for me, only because I did it for so long and I'm just older now than what I was back then. But I love my kids, I love my babies. And I'm gonna tell you, the best thing about working in pediatrics for me was seeing my babies grow up. Some of those babies, I told you guys the doctor that I worked for, she saw everybody. And so a lot of the babies, I was with them since their mother was actually pregnant with them. So I was there for years. And so I saw some of these babies grow up. And I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. I took my daughter to Six Flags a couple years ago. There's a Six Flags near us. Took my daughter to Six Flags a few years ago. And when we were leaving, there was a group of young girls, seemed like they were about my daughter's age. I heard them talking about needing a ride. They didn't have a ride home. They didn't know how they were going to make it. So I looked over at my daughter. I said, do you think we should give these girls a ride? And she was like, yeah, let's offer them a ride. So I went over there. I said, hey guys, I said, I'm sorry. I know I'm a stranger. I know you don't know me, but I said, call your parents and see if it's okay if I give you guys a ride. What area do you live in? And it turned out they all lived not too far. One of the little girls literally lived right around the corner from me. And so dropped the little girls off. Turns out they were like right around the age of my daughter. A couple of them were older. One of them was the exact age as my daughter. And so I dropped her off last. And when I dropped her off and her mother walked to the car to thank me, I kept thinking, this girl looks so familiar. I'm like, how do I know her? I couldn't figure out if she was a former student or an old patient. So we got to talking, and guess what? It turned out that that little girl that I dropped home was one of my little babies from back in the day that I had known since she was like the girl. I knew her since she was pregnant with the little girl, and that little girl ended up being my baby for a few years. I was giving her injections and things like that, doing her little height and weight, measuring her head. And so as soon as she said her name, I remember, oh, wow, that was and she was one of my favorite babies too. And so it was just amazing how we had that full circle moment like that. And long story short, the little girl, she ended up, becoming friends with us, and she went with us to Six Flags the next time we went. So that was just amazing to me. I love running into my old patients and seeing how my little babies have grown up, and you really start to feel like those babies are yours. And so that's one of the things that I love about pediatrics, but like I said, and everybody is different. You may think in your mind right now, you may be in school, you may be like, I know for a fact, I already know I want to work with kids. And so I hope you get that opportunity, because like I said, it is rewarding. It's a beautiful thing being able to work with these babies and watch them grow up, right? And then also, like I said, family practice, that's going to be the one where you're going to learn a little bit of everything. My first job was GYN. And so because of that, I already loved the female body and always been fascinated with it as well when I was growing up. So because of that, I learned even more about the female anatomy. And so, so many different specialties to choose from. I just happen to think that if you're unsure, let me just say this, some of you may be sure where you want to go. If you're unsure, I think that family practice is a great way to start, because that way, once you do that, you'll know which specialty you want to kind of focus in on, especially for those of you that want to go on into nursing and you want to specialize and things like that. So that's a great way to start. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know down below your thoughts. So if you have any questions or video suggestions, let me know, or you can email me. Thank you again for visiting my channel. Be blessed.